motociclismo aqui no Sport TV. Hoje a gente tem a satisfação extraordinária de receber o maior nome do motociclismo moderno, Valentino Rossi. 106 vitórias, 9 títulos mundiais. Então, para nós é uma satisfação enorme de receber aqui. So, Vale, the last time we talked was in Essen last year, and you went out there and won.
Yeah.
So, must be a good sign, okay?
Yeah.
And if you don't mind, let's start talking about the past. What's your earliest moment related to motorcycle?
I was very, very young because my father, Graziano, was a rider, and he bring me in the garden of my house with a small motorcycle, and I remember that I go around the house with this small motocross bike, and it was a great memory.
Of course. And when and how did you start using the number 46?
I already used the number 46 with mini bikes, and I think the first time was in '92. We had a team, and we used all the number 46, and I used mainly because it was the number of my father.
Great. And at 14, you start racing in the sport production over there in Italy. And the story says that the first time you left the box, you crashed in the very first turn of the first section. Is that right?
Yes, it's true. I think it was '93, the first season when I was 14. And in the first race, first practice, it was very cold in the Mazzone, a small track in the center of Italy, and they crashed on the first corner because of the new tires, cold, and they crashed. So
Graziano went mad, right?
Yeah, because after stop, restart, and they crash after another 2 laps. So 2 crashes in the first 3 laps.
And that's when you start praying in the foot pegs?
No. This was later, but it's not pray. It's because at the beginning of the career, the leather was not perfect, you know. So it was like a type of stretching for put the leather in a motorcycle position for in the right position, you know. And now we don't need, but remain.
It became the ritual, right?
It became a ritual, yeah.
Great. And in '94, your first title over there in Italy was in a controversial last lap. Could you tell us a little about it?
Yeah. It was a great battle with another rider that called Cruciani, and that we were big rivals also with mini bikes, and he were very fast, and we decided the championship to the last corner. I arrived in front, and Cruciani was very aggressive, and entry on me, touch me, and put me on the outside, and at the end I arrived third, but after the second was disqualified, and give me the championship for 1 or 2 points.
Great feeling, right?
Yeah.
Talking about great feelings, do you remember your very first of your 106 victories in World Championship?
Yeah, I remember very well because it was in '96 in Brno. My first year, I was a rookie with 1 to 5, and I was quite strong, but in Brno I did the pole position, and a great battle with Aspar Martinez to the last lap, and I was able to beat him in braking and won the first race.
Great feeling. And after that, you won the title in the 125, moved to 250, and you won the title in Brazil in '99.
Yeah.
And after that, you went to the 500, you won the title, and you go back to Brazil to win to win the first MotoGP title. So you have good memories about Rio de Janeiro in Brazil.
Yeah, great memories. Jacarepaguá was one of my favorite tracks, especially with the 500 and with the first MotoGP. You can slide a lot in acceleration, and it was a good track. And I won 2 championships, so it was one of my favorite tracks for sure.
Yeah, that's a shame what's happening there. And also, you won the title again, and at the end of 2003, you moved to Yamaha, one of the bigger challenges of your career. At that time, you started using the nickname The Doctor in the Yamaha times?
Yeah, maybe before. I don't remember. It was 2001 when I started to use the Doctor, but I was the doctor of Yamaha because I was able to modify the bike together with the engineers and bring the bike at the top after a lot of years that Yamaha doesn't win.
And why is the doctor? Is about your diplomation over there?
No, it was before. Is mainly 2 reasons. Is because Rossi in Italy is a very normal surname, and a lot of Dr. Rossi. Dr. Rossi is used a lot of time in Italy, you know, and also because if you are a doctor to do something, it means that you are good to do something. Yeah.
Expert. So fast forward to 2006 when you lost the title in Valencia. At that time, you have special tires, and some say that Elias got the right tires over there in Portugal, and you got the wrong tires in Valencia. What you can say about that?
Yeah, 2006, after 5 championships in a row, was a very difficult season, very controversial. I was very unlucky because I did some mistake, I crashed, but also I had some mechanical failure. I broke the engine, I broke the tires, and it was difficult. But at the end of the season, I arrived in the last race in the first position with 8 points of advantage with Mickey Hayden with the Honda. And sincerely, I think that something strange happened because I was very strong during the practice. I did the pole position, but especially I was very fast with the race tires. But on Sunday, I was very slow. I wasn't able to ride the bike, and at the end, I did a mistake and I crashed and I moved the championship.
Do you believe on the tires?
I can say maybe. But anyway, the result is that I lose the championship.
Sure.
In the sport, it can happen.
And after that, in 2007, Stoner came like a hurricane and won the title. Did you expect this?
No, nobody expected. But in reality, Stoner after demonstrated that was one of the greatest talent of the last years in MotoGP. And the Ducati that season was very strong, and they used Bridgestone tire that make a very big step. And also that season was difficult for me.
But you come back even stronger. You reach the title again in 2009 and 2010, and you have the crash in Mugello in 2010, and you kind of lost the Brighton, and Lorenzo won the championship. How do you feel about that? Your partners in the same team?
For me, that part of my career was great. I like a lot because I think the comeback to win the championship in 2008 was a great effort for me, physically and psychologically, but I did a great job beating the Stoner in Laguna Seca, so for me it was one of my best championships, and I won also 2009. In 2010 I had Lorenzo that was very strong. It was so fast. I had the first injury to the shoulder and especially the second one to the leg in Mugello, and I lose the championship. But I think that anyway Lorenzo can win the championship also without my injury because in that season it was perfect.
And at the end of that season, you changed to Ducati, the biggest challenge of your career. Why did things go so wrong?
Yeah, I think that I did a lot of very good choice in my career, but one wrong, that was to go to Ducati. And I think that anyway I have to try, because if I was able to win with the Ducati, Italian rider with an Italian bike was, something special. And we tried, but no way. And for me, my style doesn't adapt. Is not good for the Ducati. We try to modify the bike, try to improve, but unfortunately not the result that we expect.
And after that, you come back to Yamaha, and you start 2013 very well, getting a second in Qatar, but after that, the Spanish took control of the championship. What's your main problem last year?
Yeah, for me in 2013 I wasn't ready for fight for the championship, because I wasn't ready to bring the M1 at the limit. Because after 2 very difficult seasons with Ducati, come back on the Yamaha, did some good result, one victory in Assen, but a lot of problem about the setting of the bike. I wasn't able to stay at the level of the 3 Spanish that Marquez, Lorenzo and Pedrosa work very well. So I was the 4th, you know, and I was a little bit upset also if I did some good result.
And at the end of the year, you change your chief engineer, and that brings us to the present. And you did very good in the precision tests, and above all, you change your style. Yeah, for a 35-year-old athlete, it's very hard to do a thing like that. How did you do that?
Yeah, it's true. I think that first of all, we work in a better way on the bike, and we try to fix the problem in braking. That was the main issue for me on 2013. We changed some of the tires. Yamaha helped us a lot. And after from that moment I started for change a little bit my style, because with the tires now, with the Bridgestone tires now, you have to ride the bike a little bit in a different way, with a different position on the bike, and so I try to study this winter for understanding the way, and I learn, I train a lot during the winter, and I arrived to the first test trying the new style and work. I was strong in more or less all the tests. Malaysia, Australia was good, and in Qatar was a good result.
You are more fluid on the bike. Did you look at the position, the body position of Marquez to study?
Yeah, Marquez modified a lot the style with the elbow on the ground, but also Lorenzo. I look more at Lorenzo because between Honda and the Yamaha have a big difference to riding the bike. So mainly, yes, it's Marquez, but also try to study the style of my teammate of Jorge, and I was able to modify something.
And talking about modification, the rules changed a lot for 2014. In which extent you agree or disagree with that? And I also like to know if you enjoy the new qualifying format.
Basically, I was disagree because especially they make rules for give some penalty to Honda and Yamaha factory because we are very strong. So on the Yamaha factory bikes are very fast. So they try to help Ducati, they try to help the bike of the open class with more liter, with extra soft tire, and at the end works. Because in the race, in the first race, and a lot of show, a lot of battles, and at the end I was able to arrive second, so I'm happy. And about the new format of the qualify, I doesn't like a lot. It's difficult because you have to stay half an hour waiting, and it's difficult to restart and give the maximum. But this is the rules, so we have to try to give the maximum like this.
Do you think the FP4 could be a little shorter? You can put more 5 minutes, and the qualifying one to be 20 minutes is good for you?
Yeah, but for me the problem is that we have to wait the qualification one with the slowest rider with the second group, and it's difficult to keep the maximum level of concentration for 30 minutes without do nothing, just waiting like this, and after go back on the bike.
Sure.
In all my career, usually I need a little bit more time for arrive at the top performance, you know. But anyway, did some good qualifying last year, some first row, and you know, the important is the race.
And you started the season at top level, coming from 10th to fight for the victory with the reigning champion. So what's the strategy from the next one? Do you like the Texas track?
The Texas track is good, but last year was the worst weekend for me, the worst result in the race because I did the 6th place. So I'm very curious to understand what's happened, and I think that next week we will understand our level for the rest of the season. If we can stay in front every weekend, that is our target.
Podium is the target, right?
Yeah,
Sure. And I like to finish this interview with a view from the future. And you are rich, famous, 9 world titles in a sport, fascinating, but anyway, way dangerous. How do you get the motivation to still race in this level?
For me, is the passion for motorcycle, and especially the passion for the challenge. You know, and in our sport, physically you have to be 100%, but especially psychologically, you need to be ready to everything. And I still enjoy a lot the weekend of the race. And work with my team and try to make the maximum on Sunday afternoon. So if I can continue like this, I want to continue some other seasons.
Curiosity, how many bikes do you have? Do you ride on the streets?
I ride on the streets.
Yeah.
I ride on the streets. I like a lot. Mainly I use bikes, but I use the T-Max. That is very good. I like a lot. I have a lot of bikes, a lot of different bikes. That is my passion, also for training, like supermotard, motocross, mini bike, and everything like this. I think that the best training is train on the bike, you know. So I don't know the exact number, but a lot.
But all the World Championship bikes you won, right?
I have, unfortunately, I haven't the oldest. The oldest doesn't give to me the three World Champion bikes.
That's a shame.
That's a big shame. But I have the 2 Aprilias, 125 and 250, and especially I have the 4 M1 of the 4th Championship with Yamaha.
And another aspect, how is your relationship with women? Have you thinking in getting married?
I mean, I have a good relationship because I'm, come si dice, I have a girlfriend from 2 years, and I stay with her very well, but I don't think come si dice, marriage still.
Because you once said that calling is married, but married has a wife, half second slower. You remember?
Yeah, you say this, so I don't want to lose this upset. I need this now.
Okay, great. And in the 2014 season, you started your own team, and you have an agreement with Oscar to help new kids.
Yeah.
How do you feel like a team owner?
This is a great feeling. I like a lot, but especially about the Boer 46 Riders Academy, and also the team with Sky, with Fernando and Bagnaia. But we have a lot of young riders, and my brother also, and some other young riders that we help to find the right bikes to growing up, and I enjoy very much. I like a lot to share my time with the younger riders.
We follow your academy close because we have a Franco, is half Brazilian and half Italian, so we have half rider in your academy.
We have half rider together, half Brazilian, half Italian, and Franco I think is
European champion last year.
One of the best of our academy. And this year he will race in Moto 2 with the Ita Trans. He have a good team, he have a good bike, so he have to demonstrate in this season to have the potential to stay there.
He's good enough to find his place in a hard class like Moto 2?
I think for sure, yes. But he did a great job between European Championship in Super Sport that they race with the 600, but very close to the street bike, to Moto 2. And his Moto 2 is wild. Have a lot of world champions all together. The bikes are very similar, so if you make a mistake, you are 23.
Sure.
So it's difficult for Franco, but he has all the season to improve.
And what about our fully Brazilian Eric Granado? Has he got what it takes to succeed in the Moto 3 class?
For me, Granado have a good potential, and he is in a good team. He have a good contract. He's with Aspal, but now he is with Calvo. Calvo has a good KTM. Also, Moto 3, the level is very high, and you need to be very, very fast for staying front. But I think that he was unlucky in Qatar. He crashed, I think, but he was not so bad.
And I have to talk about soccer because we have in the doors of the World Soccer 2014. So I know that you share medley from Inter, and of course for the Azzurra. And in your opinion, what's the favorite team to win the World Cup?
I think the favorite is for sure Brazil because it's also at home and have an incredible team, you know, as always. But the World Cup is always unique and strange because it's something that happens in 1 month, no? So we win who is in a better shape, and I hope that Italy arrives here.
Great. I like to close this conversation saying the very same words I talked with your friend legend Giacomo Agostini. So, grazie per la conversazione, per la pazienza e per tutto che hanno fatto per il motociclismo.
Grazie.